Hello and welcome back to Games Played Technically. I am your host, and today we're back in Satisfactory. So last time we went around, picked up some hard drives, got them started. We've still got two left, with the goal of reducing our screw footprint, right? Because in order to produce screws, we're just taking up a lot of space. I did get some really good comments. You guys keep hitting it out of the park with those comments. Yeah, one of them was essentially like, I'll flash the comment up here. I forget who it was exactly, but essentially like, I can just get around screws apparently, right? If I do like steel rotors, there's another reinforced plate recipe. So unfortunately, I think I remember one of our hard drives did in fact have a steel rotors, right? And we picked, I think, cast screws or steel screws, I think was the other one. But that's okay, right? As long as we don't do any more milestones, I think our pool is still pretty limited. However, we do want to do some milestones today. And that's okay, we can do both, right? I'm going to immediately drop a hard drive in here. That way it's going, and then we're gonna take a look at our milestones. Let's see where we're at. We're gonna have some steel milestones we can do. You see here's our Mark II miner. This would be great. We probably have what we need for this guy here. See, hyper tubes, we don't really need it since we've been kind of focused in one area rather than multiple spots. Like this area seems to contain most everything we need so far. Let's see here. Oh, the blueprint. So this may warrant really its own episode. So I haven't played Satisfactory since they added the blueprint designer. So it's been a little while. But this, I imagine, I've got to do a little research on it. I don't want to just kind of dive into it and try to figure out like the best way to do it. I've typically sort of organically grown my factories, but I do want to make use of this, right? What I'd want to do is put buildings together, put production together in a way that's modular. That way I can fit it together as puzzle pieces rather than every time from scratch building something together. That'll be something we can kind of mull over. I'll think about it, how we want to do it, because at some point we will be setting up, a second factory. So if we can avoid the hassle of doing it all from scratch, that would be good. And then we also have Logistics Mark III. So of note here, right, is the conveyor Mark III, both the lift and the belt. But first, we're going to take a look at the awesome shop. And by that I mean we're going to empty our pockets first. I would like to take a look at the awesome shop. The main problem is that I don't have a lot of things to get me tickets. Let's grab some of the smart plating. We don't need all of it. If we need to build more, we'll build more. Really, we could take all this. So this is 10 right here. That's 500, and 500 is what we need for phase 2. It might also be worth taking a look at the MAM and seeing what else we can research. We'll focus on that in a little bit. First, we have to build a new. Oh man, we have to do a new awesome shop setup because we deconstructed the other one. You know what, we're just going to do it here for now. These are always kind of temporary anyway. Yeah, so this will get us. This will get us a few tickets. Do we have any on us? No. Might be in our container over here. It's not in there. We spent them all? Minor gripe, but I don't think tickets should be like a held item. I think it should just be something that's something that you just have, like points. Because I don't think we can buy a whole lot with this, but let's see if we can buy the one thing that I was hoping to get. I'll have to see where it would be. Architecture? Dang, we need one more ticket. Okay, let's just dump a few things in there. Why do we have this? That is not going to get us very far. Oh, DNA points. Oh, shoot. I think that's also new. I don't remember having used the Barbasol cans for anything. This seems much more efficient. How many tickets do we get? Oh, heck yeah. Okay, that's great. That is the way to do it. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, there we go. That's how you do it. Add this to cart. See what else is there? Let's also do this. We don't need that anymore. All right, hard drive is finished, and we have a copper rotor which still uses screws, bolted iron plate which also still use screws. This is just more efficient. I'm gonna have to look these up. Wet concrete. These are all bad. None of these are good. It looks like bolted iron plate is particularly bad. There's supposed to be some kind of way to cancel. Are we gonna do that? Are we gonna be cheesy? I mean, I guess we had to run a good luck. In honor of our XCOM 2 Iron Man playthrough, we're gonna go with what the game gives us. I think I'm sort of just gonna pick randomly. Let's just go with copper rotor. And let's get the next one in there. All right, let's go take a look at our steel output over here. Should be doing all right. Now we'll still wait for the last hard drive to finish before we go to the next milestone. But in the meantime, there are a few things I want to take a look at, right? So we have the cast screw and the steel screw now. So this takes steel beams, this takes just iron ingot, like that. 5 iron ingot makes 20 screw for 50 per minute. I'll have to see which one I want to go with. But it could help us out, right? Particularly in this area. So let's take a quick look, right? So either with a foundry or with a constructor, we could essentially turn a number of these. Yeah, we could definitely reduce the space we're using up here. Especially this goofy thing we're doing here. And just really cut down on how many constructors we have just for screws. I want to expand on, someone mentioned just bypassing screws entirely, and the reason you would want to bypass it is because of their density, right? You're producing a large number of screws. Actually, let's take a look at that. So one of these guys, so you're getting 40 screw per minute. It's just the volume, right? The volume of screws that you need for stuff means that even when you're at Mark 5 belts, they are not... Right, they can't move it fast enough. It becomes kind of a headache, at least from what I've read and from some of the comments you guys left. So, ideally, yeah, it would make sense to just bypass having to have screws for anything other than hand tools and things like that. There is also the question of how I'm going to move all of these guys and into what position I'll put them in. So, what I'm thinking actually is... if I can reduce the footprint of the constructors up top, these conveyor lifts can be moved much closer together. I can even convert these to the floor conveyors, or the floor lifts rather. If these can get condensed a bit, then that'll leave a little more room for another 8 lifts to move material up here. All right, it should be ready soon, but while we wait, we will process all of our biologics, make some microwavable meals, and then turn that into Barbasol cans. All right, we got 45 of these. We got some dino DNA. Let's put it in our container. I mean, yeah, we'll take it. Yeah, so the cost does scale up, it looks like, just not as quickly as when using or when trying to get standard points. Hey, not bad, 12 tickets. I think that pretty much doubled what we had previously, or just about. Let's take a look at the MAM. It should be getting close. 2 minutes. Not how you read a hard drive. Is this a spindle drive? Yikes. That's why it takes so long. Alright, so I've got to fix something here. I went to make sure that I had enough rotors and realized that rotors weren't being constructed, and that's because we never put this together. That's bad. That's not good. Alright, while we're at it, alright, our hard drive is finished, but let's put a container here real quick. Oh man, so we are way behind on this production. That sucks. Okay, before we sweat it, let's see what the hard drive's got for us. And well, and so copper alloy looks like it's got a decent rating. It is an overall improvement on every aspect, from just producing copper ingots from straight up copper, so we're gonna go ahead and pick that one. And that's it for our hard drives. So we had to construct some rotors by hand, which, you know, is unfortunate, but we are ready for advanced steel production, so let's go ahead and send it.
Milestone reached. Logistics can be improved with a larger storage container, enhanced conveyor belt efficiency, as well as the ability to store excess power for later use. An additional project part can now be constructed. Further progress to the next phase is now possible.
On top of that, we can build an additional part for the second elevator phase. So before we move on to the next thing, we're going to take a look at what we've got going on here. So, let's see, we might have enough black powder for that. Let's take a look. It looks like we do. All right, we have the Nautilus detonator. So this is something we could have used the last episode, since those weird plants with the stink on them, they could have been destroyed with one of these. Let's see, what do we need? An object scanner, which we have not constructed. Hey, do these search for hard drives? No, they only search for those things. Okay. And now we're ready for anything. Okay, let's see, what exactly is the cost for a level 2 miner? So it's two things. Oh shoot, we need encased industrial beams for that. How will we do that? We have the parts we need. Let's see, so we're going to want to start getting some encased beams going. Okay, we also unlocked, so let's see what we unlocked. So encased industrial beam, stator motor, automated wiring, and heavy modular frame. Okay, so this is for the space elevator. We do want to figure out encased industrial beams, because we're going to need that right away. Yeah, let's go ahead and focus on that. Let's see if we can get encased industrial beams going. So luckily we have both concrete and our steel coming out right here. So heavy modular frame. Oh, this requires a manufacturer. Interesting. So we would need even more. Rather, we would need even another level on top of the assemblers. I want to check what our height limit is here. I mean, it looks like we've still got a ways to go. I figured we were pretty high up here. Although, yeah, no, that makes sense. We have terrain that's higher than this. I mean, after all, there's that. No, yeah, we're in good shape. Oh wow, we get a real view up here. I mean, you know, temper your expectations. They're still working on it. All right. So in that case, okay, so what do we have here? This guy is building modular frames, ostensibly. Is it full up? Oh, we never put a cargo container behind this guy. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we'll keep that going there, and we'll just go ahead and put the encased steel beams right next to it. How are we doing this again? We had a method. Okay, so this one goes like this. Perfect. And I suppose we'll have to get rid of these here. This is where our power's coming up. Yes, I don't think this guy needs to be here anymore. Nothing broke, so I'm gonna say it's fine. I do have to kind of figure out what the end state for this factory is. That way we can start closing it up. I figure we want to get steel, copper, iron worked out here. We won't bring in anything exotic like quartz or sulfur. I don't think I've ever even created a lot of infrastructure for that stuff. So I'll have to figure that out separately, but I don't think we'll be doing that here. Okay, let's get to figuring this out. So we're gonna need 24 steel beam per minute. That is a lot. I don't think we're actually producing that amount. Concrete is fine. We're gonna have way more concrete than we need. But let's see what our steel beam output is. Granted, it will increase once we get the Mark II miners. But yeah, I don't think this is 24 per minute. Yeah, we're at 7.5. Geez, we're not even at half. And even at full tilt, that's 14. Yikes. We may need to hand build before we move on to encased steel beam. Well, we can't, but we may need to hand feed it so we can get the Mark II miner over at our coal production, and then we'll have to redo the math and get. I would like to be building a lot more steel materials than I currently am. This is a little weak right now. Yeah, okay, let's hand feed some of this real quick. Grab a little more concrete before we go. What do you mean no power? Oh god. That was doing something. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense that it was doing something. I didn't like that placement anyway. Here, this is much better. This is fine. Okay, so all of those are fully occupied there. Okay, there we go. We need 10, that's not too many, and we also need some portable miners. Although, if we upgrade, I think it takes what you already have. Let's see, can we see a miner from here? We can. No, it still wants 2. Even for an upgrade. Okay. Okay, we can build ourselves some of those here. That's working on it. Just need a few more. And that'll also mean, yeah, that's also going to mean upgrading. I think we have to upgrade the belts as well. We'll be sending full 120, right? I think this way. Because I believe 120 on its own is enough for... And rotors are going to be a minute. Grab a little more than that. I think we're going to need more. I think 120 is enough for 8 coal generators. So that'll give us the full amount we need over there. That'll leave 120 to come back this way, and I'll have to do the math and figure out how much that gets us. If we're at 50%, then it should max out those 2. So we're still in need of more coal. Interesting. We'll take it one step at a time. I... How did you do this? Goodbye. Oh, and you know what? Here's an opportunity. There he is. Okay, so Mark II's giving us 240. I'm sorry guys, we can't even do this yet because Mark II's are maxed out there. Okay, let's go back to base real quick. Let's take a look at that the next milestone. Okay, logistics Mark III. So we are in good shape to just do those. So go ahead and do those. So not a big problem.
Milestone reached. Logistics can be improved with a larger storage container and enhanced conveyor belt efficiency.
Okay, we're gonna head back. Actually, no, we're not gonna head back because there is a problem here. So the 240 belts are pretty expensive because, rather in our case, because they cost encased steel beams, I'm pretty sure. No, they cost regular beams. Okay, that's easy peasy. We got plenty of those. All right, so I did a little bit of the math. So we're gonna have 120 coal split off in this direction. And I'm thinking we're just gonna split the other 120 in this direction. So it's 90 coal gets us 2 foundries, right? 45 and 45. That 30 leftover coal can get us a third foundry at 66%, which may be enough for our encased steel beam. We can figure it out over there. But I think that might be the way to do it. We're gonna bump this up to Mark III, and then we're actually gonna bypass all of this because now we are just splitting evenly in half. So goodbye to all of this stuff. We are going to run into a problem if I don't hurry up here. And let's see, so then we would fit another 3 of these guys here, exactly where they're at. I hope there's enough room on this side. There is, but only just barely. We're gonna live with it. Should be right here. Finally, right here. Well, let's see, our piping, very simple. I think what I'll do is I'll put it up to here. Might have been a good time to buy that grating that I want to put over all this stuff. Okay, so easy enough. We can just pipe this in together. Oh yeah, it does not like that. Here, let's do this. Let's get this guy going already. Oh boy, I'm taking way too long with this. I hope we don't lose power here. Now this will take a minute to fill up. Let's look back down here and Yeah, sure, let's fall first. Never noticed his belt was crooked. What is going to be difficult is making sure we don't lose power. I think we should have enough. Should be okay, I think. With our biomass burners, I think they should be able to keep us going for a bit. If not, we'll have to walk back and turn some stuff off just to get this going. So this would be what power with those with that power storage stuff. The batteries, this is where that would help us, right? Let's see here. So this will stay the same, and then it'll come this way. It'll split into 2 for 60, 2 for 30, 2 for 15. And let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start right here. Okay, they should all be getting the right amount now. Let's go take a look upstairs. And it looks like all of our pipes are full too, which is good. No connection. Ah, that's right. That is right. They need to be connected. Well, are these guys filling up with coal yet? Let's give them a minute to fill up. As long as we are not running out of power, that is fine. I am a little concerned about the water levels here. Oh, you know what? Part of that is because we need to dial our water extractors up to full. Since now we'll be making full use with 8 generators. Yeah, that might be making a difference. Previously, there's not enough water to feed everything here. How are they looking with coal? They are still filling up. Little by little. Let's double check our math here. So we've got 120 coming this way. Being split into 60. 60 into 30. 30 into 15 and 15. Just hate the way that looks. Okay, I'm pretty sure we can plug these in and just leave them. And there we go. So we are good on power for a bit. Our capacity is 940. We are just from the coal miners, it looks like, or rather our coal generators is 600 megawatts. So not bad, not bad. Okay. And if we had that power storage, we could be storing that excess, but we don't, so no reason to think about it. Actually, you know what? Here's a good spot to put in those ladders, because this is not well designed. I think that was tall enough. Oh yeah, that was tall enough. No. Uh-oh. What the heck? Does that act as like one piece? There we go. I don't think to start off with I'll send any more than 120, so I'll have to split this 3 ways. I can't do that right now, obviously, because 240 is our max. But we'll have to redo some of this logic here eventually. We'll just clean up though. Okay, and so then the rest of these will also have to be Mark II. So we'll hit those on our way back. What are you doing there? Now here again, we've got to do some logic. In fact, we'd probably have to do it down here. Let's go upstairs and take a look before we do that, though. This will probably be the last thing we do. Not as many things this episode. I'll make up for it next episode, I promise. Let's see here. In fact, we might be able to do it down here. Do we want to do that? Because we've got to split our iron and our coal. Because we have, what we have is 120. We need 90 of each. Or rather, 90 gets us 2 foundries. Shoot, we did not leave enough room for 2 foundries here. You know, that's okay because we have this extra space here. So I think that was the plan, is actually we would be able to build on both sides. What if we do this? So what I'm thinking then... Is there... Oh, I have that here. Okay, well, we'll leave that space open for now. Because then what we can do... Have one there. And have one here. Oh, we need some rotors. Good thing we're building those. And we can figure out... Yeah, we can still pipe these back the other way, right? In fact, we might be able to merge them. The other option is to put both of our foundries on that side and just move... We can move 3 of our constructors to this side. Rather than having... Yeah, we might do that, actually. But before we do that, so let's do a few things here. Let's get this figured out real quick. So we have iron plate, iron rod, screws. Let's say reinforced iron plate and concrete. Yeah, that makes sense. This is where the concrete goes. Let's put some concrete in here. Hey, you see, it didn't use this other one because there's already one in the miner. So when you upgrade a Mark 1 miner to a Mark 2, there's already one portable miner in it. So I think it doesn't need to use the second one. Which is confusing because that's not what the UI tells you. And now I've run into this before. That's why I was wondering. Right. And I think what I'll do, we could just have them, pipe in the opposite direction. So that works. That works. Or we could even have them. Yeah, we could even have them pipe over here, couldn't we? Looks good. We'll have to figure out how to feed that in that direction. We don't need these up and running right now, so we won't worry about those. Oh, that's right, we needed rotors. And I just disassembled my ladder. Here we go. Not great. Not great. We're gonna need more rotors. I suppose once we have that second set of smelters going, we can figure that out. That'll require basically overhauling this, which sucks. Look at that. Look at that mess. Such is life. Ow, my concrete. Alright, we can pull it from here. So we are getting 120 there. I don't think the entire belt line is 120 though. Yeah, you see. Okay though. Nope, just Mark 2. Our iron needs to be split up. Now, where would that normally be done? Down here, actually. And what is our space looking like here? We can make more. So what we can do is we can actually bring it down over here. So let's see, if we have 120 for each of these and we need to break it down into 90 and into, oh, that's easy. So we take the 120, we split it into 3. No, that's not correct. We split it into 2. So we get 60 and 60. Then we split one of those again into 2. Now we have 30, 30, and 60. So 30 and 60 make 90, leaving 30. Okay. Well, it was gonna happen at some point or another, right? Okay. We're okay though. It is okay. We are not in any danger. None at all. We're actually very safe. Yep. Not in any real danger. Okay, back to what we were doing. Very carefully. Okay, we're almost there. See here, so that should then line up just fine. This guy's gotta go. Okay, and we're very close. We're very close. We'll do it from up here. This will do. It's not getting coal for some reason. There it goes. Okay. And actually, we'll go ahead and cut that out there because that's not going to produce enough. At least not to start. But this one will. Once I tell it to produce steel ingots. Okay, and so I think this is a good stopping point. We've maintained the status quo in the sense that this will continue to produce the same steel products we had at the same rate. However, we now have 1 2/3 more foundries to work with. So we consider that 14 plus 14 is 28. So already we have enough for the encased steel beam, leaving not a whole lot for just the regular steel beam. However, we do have, I guess, the 66% from this guy. So what we'll do is we'll set up our constructors next time for our steel products. We'll get the math sorted out for that. Am I noticing an issue here? Seems to be big gaps and then it slows down. I bet I know what it is. Here we go. There's the problem. So we did miss one belt. That should sort that out for us. Okay, so what I'm thinking for next episode is we'll see if we can bump up how much coal we're producing. The only reason we would do that is because it would allow us maybe to max out the remaining foundry. We can also maybe look at getting the second part, compact wiring, sorted out for phase 2. If we could get that going, that'd be great. As always, if you liked the episode, please leave me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell so you're notified when new episodes drop. If you're one of my many XCOM viewers, please check out episode 3 is out now. It is a story mission, so it's longer, even though I cut out basically anything that wasn't the story mission, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And as we watch this sunrise, I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys next time.